Welcome to this explainer. You know that tiny knot of anxiety you get right in the pit of your stomach when you pull into a fuel station? The attendant grabs the nozzle and you're just sitting there staring at those rolling numbers on the meter. You're doing the mental math, kind of wondering, am I actually getting the exact amount I'm paying for? Or, is this fuel even any good? It's this universal stress we all just put up with. But what if there was a way to just completely eliminate that doubt? Well, today, we're diving into a genuinely brilliant piece of tech designed to do exactly that.
I mean, let's be real. Have you ever been cheated at a fuel station? If you drive, the odds are unfortunately super high. And this is especially true in regions like South Asia. We're talking specifically about places like Pakistan and India, where things like quantity fraud, meter tampering, and just flat-out fuel adulteration are absolutely rampant. It's incredibly frustrating for everyday commuters who are constantly on guard against being shortchanged, or even worse, having their engines completely ruined by impure fuel. But hey, this explainer isn't just about admiring the problem. It's about a radical, tech-driven solution that literally shifts all the power right back into the hands of the consumer.
Okay, so to truly understand this solution, we first need to talk about its name because it perfectly captures what this device is all about. The word is Shin. Now, the character for Shin is used in both Japanese and Chinese, and it directly translates to truth or trust. And that is exactly what this revolutionary device is built to bring back to the petrol pump. Absolute verifiable truth and complete trust that you're getting exactly what you paid for. No more guessing games. What's really fascinating here is the actual physical setup of the Shin Sensor. We're not just talking about some app you download. This is a serious hardware intervention. It's a vehicle, inline fuel monitoring, and anti-fraud device. Simply put, it acts like a tiny mechanical and digital watchdog that gets installed directly inside your car, sitting right there between the petrol nozzle input and your actual fuel tank. It's totally self-sufficient, running right off your car's battery. And for the display, you can either connect it straight to your phone via Bluetooth, or if you prefer, you can get a dedicated digital screen installed right on your dashboard. So how does it actually work in practice? It builds this incredibly seamless automated experience. The second your fuel cap is popped open, the Shin sensor wakes up and immediately sends you an alert. Then it prompts you to put in your order. You've got two options here. Type in the exact cash amount you're paying, or punch in the exact number of liters you want. As the liquid actually starts flowing, the sensor is right there analyzing it in real time, and it ultimately confirms on your screen the exact amount of pure fuel that safely made it into your tank. It creates this perfect, unbroken chain of custody. And here is where it gets really smart. It protects you even when you're totally distracted. Let's say you're looking at your phone or chatting with someone in the passenger seat, and the pump attendant just decides to start filling without even asking. The system automatically detects that flow, flashes a big alert on your screen, and starts updating the quantity right then and there. It completely removes the guesswork. It will literally spell out 4.95 liters of pure high octane has entered the tank. You can then take that verified number and instantly match it against whatever the attendant is trying to charge you for. But wait, the Shin sensor goes way beyond just checking the volume. It's practically a mobile chemistry lab. As the liquid runs through this inline device, it analyzes it right on the spot to figure out if it's petrol or diesel. I mean, we've all heard those absolute horror stories of a careless attendant accidentally pumping diesel into a petrol car, right? It causes catastrophic engine damage. With this sensor, that human error is completely neutralized. It acts as an absolute physical barrier to stop the wrong fuel dead in its tracks. And it gets even wilder when we talk about adulterated fuel. One of the most common tricks corrupt stations use is literally just mixing water into the fuel. Well, the Shin sensor is the ultimate water blocker. The millisecond, and I mean the exact millisecond, this sensor detects water in the incoming fuel line, it snaps shut. It instantly blocks that contaminated liquid from ever reaching your tank, and it triggers this loud, blaring alarm. Can you just imagine the look on a dishonest pump attendant's face when your car literally rejects their watered-down fuel and sets off an alarm for the entire station to hear? It's incredible.
But it doesn't stop at water. Fuel stations often have these incredibly dirty underground tanks, which means rust, dirt, and all sorts of debris get pumped straight into your car. To fight this, the Shin sensor features a built-in, easily cleanable mesh filter bag. This seemingly simple addition saves some really expensive components from total destruction. We're talking about saving your fuel pump, the petrol filter, the fuel injectors, the carburetor, and ultimately your whole engine. By catching all that garbage before it gets in, this little mesh bag is saving you thousands in mechanic bills over the life of your car.
Now, let's look at the big picture, because the Shin sensor goes way beyond just protecting one single car. It has this massive macro impact. It is literally forcing fuel stations to be honest. By making these instantaneous, undeniable decisions about the volume and the quality of the fuel being pumped, it strips away all that plausible deniability that corrupt stations love to hide behind. If a station is cheating, this device catches them red-handed, in real time, every single time. And that is exactly how you spark a true consumer revolution in places like India and Pakistan, where holding these stations accountable has historically been so ridiculously hard.
And this ties perfectly into how the hardware powers an even bigger software solution, which is the Digital Accountability Network. Check this out. Every single time you fuel up, the Shin sensor logs the exact GPS location of that specific pump. Then, based on the fuel purity and the precise quantity it just measured, it generates a permanent digital rating for that station. So if a place shortchanges you or tries to give you watered-down fuel, the system remembers. The next time you're driving near that shady pump, the app will proactively ping you and warn you to stay away. It's literally mapping out the honest stations versus the dishonest ones.
Now, you might be wondering, okay, this all sounds absolutely amazing, but what about folks who just can't afford to buy and install physical hardware in their cars? Well, the inventor totally thought of that too. Power is literally going back to the people through the free companion app. So even if you don't own the physical Shin sensor yourself, you can still download the app and access all those crowdsourced ratings generated by the people who do. You can check the honesty score of any petrol pump before you even pull in. It basically creates this massive collective shield against fraud that protects everyone on the road. Now, I want to highlight the number 24 because it is highly significant here. The Shin sensor isn't just some random startup idea scribbled on a napkin by an amateur. No, this is actually the 24th invention created by a highly prolific veteran problem solver. And let's be honest, when you're looking at a new piece of technology, the creator's track record is everything. Knowing this is invention number 24 just drops a massive credibility hammer on how viable and real this device actually is. Seriously, out of his 23 previous inventions, this creator has a massively proven history of tackling major, real-world automotive issues. For example, he previously developed a highly successful tire puncture protection device, as well as an advanced car security system designed to prevent vehicle theft. So the Shin sensor being invention number 24 proves that the mastermind behind it deeply, deeply understands automotive mechanics. He knows exactly how to take complex protective hardware from a mere concept and turn it into a functional, market-ready reality. So who exactly is the mastermind behind this anti-fraud revolution? His name is Ashfaq Ahmed. He's a serial inventor originally hailing from Karachi, Pakistan. Now, Karachi is this massive, bustling metropolis where drivers deal with these exact fueling headaches every single day. So honestly, it makes total sense that a solution like this was born out of that specific environment. And while Ashfaq is now settled abroad, his 24th invention is absolutely poised to profoundly impact his home region, and really anywhere else in the world where fuel fraud is a daily frustration. Which really leaves us with one final, incredibly powerful question. Is the era of fuel station fraud finally over? I mean, when you have hardware that physically blocks bad fuel and verifies every single drop, paired with software that crowdsources this inescapable web of accountability for shady pump operators, the balance of power has fundamentally shifted. For the very first time, consumers actually have the ultimate defense. Just imagine a world where you never, ever have to feel that knot of anxiety at the pump again.